say
Top Billin.
Oh, man, I feel for you guys out there in Seattle Seahawks land. I saw what I needed to see from the Seattle Seahawks. I still think they're going to be a problem despite this loss. The Seattle Seahawks defense, in my opinion, with the bend but don't break method, I thought for the most part, some momentary lapses in judgment we'll get into here. But before I get started, man, make sure you're at patreon.com/topbillin. When I do these after game reviews, traditionally they have been content ID claimed out the wazoo. So I'll put the full version up on the Patreon, and I'll have to go ahead and chop it up right here on the YouTube and delete all the content ID claims there because your boy can't be working for free, man. It just can't happen, baby. So make sure you're supporting quality content. Get on over to patreon.com/topbillin. All right, so you can see the direction of the Seattle Seahawks. A bend but don't break defense I don't think would always be that way. I think once they really get it rolling, man, it's going to be really tough. It's tough for them to score on the Seattle Seahawks anyway. They needed some fluke shit to happen, in my opinion. So a couple of calls that went kind of weird right there. The offense, this is into the last damn play, right? The offense with the offensive line, that's what I wanted to see. There were no sacks up until your boy Nick Bosa put it on Abraham Lucas, gave him a little bit of that prison loving at the end there. Let me check right here, make sure. Yeah, really, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they were on offense a lot, but Nick Bosa right here, 1 sack. I thought the offensive line looked much better in pass protection. The run game. Now, I thought Zach Charbonnet, you know what I mean, like no dancing from Zach Charbonnet. He's getting down here. I would like to see him getting more carries, man. I like Kenneth Walker. I've said this before. He's very talented, no doubt about that. But some schemes fit some players just a little bit better. You see Zach Charbonnet here with more carries than Kenneth Walker. Your boy right here been talking about this for the last couple of years. You implement an offense like this should be Zach Charbonnet's offense. He should be one piling up over 20-something carries. He's going to wear on you. He's going to start breaking long runs. No disrespect to Kenneth Walker. I like him in other schemes better. Obviously, he's still Kenneth Walker. He'll do damn good in any scheme. So I just like Zach Charbonnet's talent and ability in these type of schemes. Sam Darnold, very efficient. Didn't turn the ball over, right? I won't even give that turnover to him at the end, right? That was just, that was on Abraham Lucas, right? Yeah, straight up, right? Jackson Smith and Jigba. Oh, Cletus, what is he going to do without Dennis Rodman Jr., Cletus? Jackson Smith and Jigba, like I said, for the past however many years. There was a reason why I wanted him on the Philadelphia Eagles so bad. Jackson Smith and Jigba has been that bull since I've got a chance to cover him in camps when he was in high school. Jackson Smith and Jigba is the number one receiver. He doesn't need anyone else. He will destroy everybody, right? Put it his way. He's just that talented of a route runner. His route running, his hands is good. Terrible turnover, though, as well from him. So think about that. To me, that's fluke, right? A couple of fumbles from Jackson Smith and Jigba and one loss right there. That was very kind of devastating. But this was devastating to me. Now, obviously, you wouldn't expect this to happen too many times right here. Tariq Woolen definitely looking like Rick Woolen right here against Ricky Pearsall. Now, check this out right here. He actually was in very good position. He did not bite on the transition that bad, right? The full transition right here did not really have him shaking. Ricky Pearsall can run. For fans of my Florida coverage way back in the day, they'll remember Ricky Pearsall and how I felt about him. This kid is damn good, and he will continue to show that. But Tariq Woolen, man, he's right here in great position. Look at him in the hip pocket. Then I don't know, man. I don't know how you misjudge this with the type of ball skills that Tariq Woolen has. Now, listen, this is right here. Somebody probably going to say something about Ricky Pearsall and might call it a push off or something like that. I don't believe you could say anything about that, right? It didn't stop Rick Woolen from doing anything. He just misjudged it. He misjudged it bad, too. Look at that. That could have been, at the very least, a PBU, perhaps even a pick, because we've seen Tariq Woolen in this type of situation before come away with a pick. I just don't know how you judge a ball that bad if you're Tariq Woolen. Man. Well, Rick Woolen. I'm sorry about that. Rick Woolen. Then Woolen gives you a gem like this. I was like, oh my man. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was beat right here. And with the long arms of the law, gets it with his fingertips. Getting himself a PBU right there, right on the pylon too. Right? Kind of off man right here. Working that over-under coverage with Devin Witherspoon there. He was beat, but man, or maybe you could say it was I would say definitely a poor throw by Brock Purdy here, but Woolen in the right place at the right time. Johnny on the spot with it. But here's the final kicker. I hear Brock Purdy chaining through his progressions, getting a little bit of that prison level. I'll tell you this, I can't wait to go back and watch the All-22. They were giving it to Trent Williams, one of the very best in the business. Boye Mafe was in the whole game, right? I'm talking about with power moves and everything. DeMarcus Lawrence, all these guys were definitely putting the pressure on Brock Purdy. I'm not too sure about the sack department here, but Brock Purdy having to detach right here and evacuate. Rick Woolen is in perfect position right here. Look at him trying to be cute. You know what you do in this position? You run and attack the ball like you're the receiver. You don't jump backwards. He jumped backwards and gave up the ball to some dude named Tongue Juice or some shit like that. Who is Tongue Juice? Right? Tongue Juice was out there balling, right? So you see him right here. Your boy, Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen's so annoying to me, man. He talked about the plastic coverage and all that. And then he said, Reek, misjudged it. But look, Rick Woolen here is in front of Tongue Juice. Why not attack the ball? He goes straight up with it. You're in position and you're Rick Woolen. Go and put your foot in the ground and go and attack the ball. That's exactly how I would used to treat the ball in the air. If I was on defense, I always thought I was the receiver. I would just go and attack it. You going straight up right there, man. You allow him to move forward and attack the ball over you. Tongue Juice. The fuck out of here. They were doing such a great job against Nick Bosa the entire game, whether it be chipping them. Most of the time, though, Abraham Lucas doesn't need help, right? Might be the other guy on the other side might need a little bit of help with the chips and everything, but Abraham Lucas, not so much. But Nick Bosa is just one of them bulls, man. It's like Mike Tyson, right? He only has to be perfect one time and land the perfect punch on you. You have to be perfect the entire contest to not let that punch get landed on you, and Bosa lands the punch on Abe Lucas right here. To the outside, bang, gets up in his chest, lapped him, pushed him off and lapped him too, right? That was it right there. Look at that. Abraham's ankles all out of sorts and shit right there. He was done. Clipped against that, right? Sam Darnold couldn't get the ball off. They were going to score and win that shit. I could just feel it too, right? But, man, Abraham Lucas caught a bad one right here, put him on his keister. Bang, right there. You can see cherries, lemons, and bananas all in his eyes. Slot machine time for Abraham Lucas right there. Definitely a bad time to catch a cold one from Nick Bosa right there, man. But like I said before, I still remain impressed by what I saw from the Seattle Seahawks. I remain impressed by what I saw from the San Francisco 49ers as well. They had some young talent step up on defense. That D. Winters kid was looking like Ernest Jones out there. Both of them boys was playing some serious ass off-ball linebacker. And some of the other guys, like in the secondary, some of these guys stepping up too, man. So it was very nice to see some really good defensive football being played in this particular contest. Since before Bull was drafted, since he had to play behind Dennis Rodman Jr. himself, I said that Jackson Smith-Njigba, my Njigba, is a problem. He is a number one receiver, a first option in any offense, really, right? But check it out, right? Sell, no tell, being able to get around the cornerback like that, find the void in the zone, right? Really get into that bad boy and turn it upfield. Him after the catch is going to be the difference right here with Clint Kubiak's offense, no doubt about that. But being able to catch in the mid-range as well, being able to work outside. But look at the move right here. Comes the balance, sell, no tell, quick jab to the outside, hitting with the one. The cornerback had to do what, right? Reach, right? If you reach, I teach. But his zone defense or whatever like that, he has to pass that off anyway. He probably wishes he could have impeded him a little bit better. But Smith knows which depth to run at. Smith-Njigba here. And boom. Do your thing, boy. Yo, if your boy Greg Olsen would stop over-talking the broadcast, maybe he can point out legitimate things instead of being like, they call this tint. We call this butter. Like, shut up, dude. Check this out right here. Jackson Smith and Jigba had a perfect opportunity on this bad boy. Whoop! And then look, he's up there talking about Sam Darnold threw it too late. Did he not see what was lost in transition right here? Right? Selling the out portion of this bad boy on an out and up. And look at him. The cornerback totally bit, right? Totally bit. You can see he's going in the wrong direction here. And to help himself out, what does he do? Obviously, he grabs Jackson Smith and Jigba, and that's why this ball looks like it's overthrown. Look at him. He's still pulling them. Greg Olsen, come on, bro. How you missing this right here, not saying anything about it? And more importantly, how are the refs missing that? That would have been a perfect pass. And what would that have done before? Maybe they score before the half instead of having to settle for a field goal. Mine Jigba on the outside with kind of a numbers grip, so more of a reduction in the split, but still on the outside. Check this out. Look at the flow transition here. Whoop! Got him. Stacked him something serious right here. My man was automatically in FEMA mode anyway. Why are you running? You cannot play ball like that. Listen, keep your arms down, mirror with your legs. You play ball at the cornerback position with your feet, not with your arms. So he was running the whole time, grabbing. You can't pump your arms to be running. You got the other boy right here doing just that. Great throw by Sam Darnold before the safety could get there. Over the shoulder to the outside, Jackson Smith and Jigba, boy. Come on. Nasty. Sam was whipping that shit too. No, did he? What y'all think about this particular play when they got this penalty right here? I feel like the 49ers earlier on were bailed out a couple of times. Bang! Right there. It looked like Leonard Williams, he hit him with like a shovel uppercut or something right to his chin the way Brock Purdy was. Bang! Look at that. Leg all stiff and rigor mortis set in and shit like that. He was clearly acting. When I look at this, I'm like, what exactly did Leonard Williams do? Right? He's going through right here. Looks like he's just kind of running through. I don't know. I don't see what's going on. I know he clearly touched him, but I mean, you can't touch somebody now in football. This dude flopped like a motherfucker, right? It was probably a little bit of a flop, but he probably he took one too. That is Leonard Williams as well there. Boye Mafe with a little bit. I guess you can say maybe he put a little bit of a shoulder into it. It just looked like it was more of a flop to me than anything, man. But hey, if you can get it right, that's the nature of the beast right there, baby. Everybody's trying to win by all or any means necessary. Just kind of wanted to jump into this. I really want to make this business more about the all 22 this season because it's just tough to do this broadcast for this shit with them pulling that content ID claim. So patreon.com/TopBillin to get the full version of those. But beyond that, man, I want to really be digging into the all 22 a lot more than I have done in the past. So make sure you're over there as well because I will be putting stuff on there that I won't put on YouTube. So I'm intrigued by the use of Nick Emenwari here at the big nickel position. I'm only intrigued because I want to see Devin Witherspoon and see if this guy can actually play. I think there's a lot of hype. I've said it before. I think he's overhyped. I don't think he covers that well. In this game, he did not cover that well. Christian McCaffrey was giving him the business. He's got some stuff to work on in his game. I do like him attacking the line of scrimmage, though. Very good tackler. Very heady for the blitz, getting his hands on passes and shit like that. But can he cover? You a top 5 pick, can you cover? That's what I want to know right there. But Nick Emenwari, man, attacking the line of scrimmage as well. Check this out. Sinks down right there on Christian McCaffrey. And I knew right away when he had got up, something wasn't right. Because he took a step, was trying to celebrate, and this shit caved in on him. Like right there. He caved in on him right there, and that was it. That was a wrap, man. That was disheartening to see. Right when you make your first kind of splash tackle in the first quarter, your first game, then to have that happen. So, yeah, upon further review, this was the only sack of the game right here on the dial-up by Mike McDonald with Julian Love getting a sack right here. So, a lot of pressure. Nobody really getting home right there, and Mike McDonald was dialing it up a little bit more than I thought he would as well against the San Francisco 49ers, the 40-winers, and yeah, this was just an interesting game, and I can't wait, like I said before, to dig into all 22. So we're going to have to call it right there and come back with some real shit, right? But, man, much respect to the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. That was a very entertaining game. Y'all know I love defensive contests, and them Bulls was out there showing themselves on defense. But I thought the offense, San Francisco's offense actually was doing pretty well. But bend but don't break. They was going to force turnovers. Great turnover by Josh Jobe. Have to go back on the All-22 and look at some of the stuff in the secondary as well. But other than that, man, I know how you guys are when you lose, so I won't be hearing from many of you. But I would keep your head up because, man, you can't tell me if you were looking at that you can't see how this is going to go, right? With the efficiency on offense and then forcing turnovers on defense, ground and pound, on the defensive side of the ball, dialing it up when necessary, getting after it like that. All right, so let me know what you think about that. With all that being said, man, salute. It's your boy Murph. Billin in the building. Of course, much love.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.